We are only 2 months into this year, and I can tell that I achieved way more in these 2 months that I've ever have in like 6 months. I know it's crazy when you hear it. Trust me, I felt crazy when I saw the progress that I've made, when I tracked my progress, but I achieved half of my goals already. And it has been 6 weeks of the 2024, but I achieved all of them. And in this video, I'm going to show you guys how I achieved everything so that you guys can basically follow my steps and achieve it for yourself. So we are officially 2 months into the year 2024, and by now you guys should know how the year is going to be for you. Either it's going to be a success, or you already feel like you gave up on your goals and you think 2024 is just not your year, so you're just going to wait until 2025. Well, that is not the case here. We are not going to wait. We are going to take the matters into our hands and make sure that 2024 is our year. Even though if you gave up on your goals already, which I mean, it's February, it's completely fine. You still have 10 months left to achieve everything you want to achieve. And in this video, I want to show you how I'm going to make sure that I achieve everything this year and that I can accomplish as much as possible. The first thing that we are going to do is write down our big goal that we want to achieve this year. So for example, my goal for this year is to gain a lot of muscle, lose fat, and basically have a 15% body percentage by the end of the year. Now, what I'm going to do with that goal, that's a pretty big goal, and I cannot take a look at it throughout the whole year and keep it in mind. So what I do is take that goal and divide it by 4 so that I have that goal. So I have that basically a little goal every 12 weeks. I hope you guys understand that. So basically you have one big goal for the whole year, and then you will divide that by 4. And every 12 weeks, you are going to achieve that little goal. That way, it's planned for you. Like your goal is already planned. You want to achieve that, so you can focus on that little goal. So when it comes to like losing weight, for example, you want to lose like 15 or 12 kg in a year, divide that by 4 and then see how you can lose that like in 12 weeks, more like 3 months. And it's easier to tell yourself that you want to lose like 5 kg in 3 months than telling yourself that you want to lose 20 kg by the end of the year. I mean, by now, you guys can tell that I'm talking about the 12-week year. And when it comes to 12-week year, I created a digital planner, which makes it easier for you to follow your goals and achieve your dreams. And also in that planner, you can set your goals, you can reflect on them, you can basically track your progress, and also manage your daily habits, which is the most important thing when it comes to 12-week year. It's tracking your progress on daily basis, not only on like weekly basis, but also on daily basis. And also one thing that I also added in this planner, which has helped me and helped my mindset, is a gratitude side. So basically be thankful for everything that you have, because there are people out there that are way worse than us. I mean, they live in war zones. There is a lot of war going on in the world right now. So be grateful about who you are, be grateful about where you are, and the fact that you can see this video means you have Wi-Fi and you have access to YouTube. So you're more privileged than a lot of people. So be grateful for that. For this digital planner, I used to do everything on Notion, so on different sheets. I did not have just one sheet. I had different sheets that I would track my progress, but this would take a lot of time, a lot of clicking. And I just wanted to have a digital planner on my iPad so I can write down, because I like it writing it down. I just don't know why. It just writing it with a pen just makes me really happy. So I created a digital planner that basically helped me achieve my goals and also follow my habits, because when it comes to your habits are going to make you or break you. So keep that in mind. Your habits are you. And you need to build a system. And with the 12-week year, you will build a system to achieve your goals. So what I'm going to do now is explain you guys how the 12-week year works by going through each section of this planner, because that way it's easier for me to explain you guys how the 12-week year works, because that planner that I created is basically how you need to go from like one step to another, to another, to another. It's step by step. So it's easier for me to explain to you guys. But also keep in mind that you don't need this planner. You don't need to get it. You can do it with any other planner that you have. You can create your own. You can do it in a piece of paper. You can do it online. Whatever works for you, you can use that one. You don't need to get this planner, but if you want to, the link is in my bio. But nevertheless, just jump right into it so that I can explain you guys how you can start using the 12-week year method to basically achieve your goal this year. I mean, I already mentioned the first step. It's basically having a big goal for the year. Now, that big goal, you need to divide it by 4. So each 12-week in a year, which are basically 3 months each, so we have 12 months, you have another goal. If you're starting out right now, so in February, it's completely fine. You don't need to have like divided by 4. You can also divide it by 3. You can also divide it by 2 and tell yourself that you're going to do the 12-week year method only twice this year, so only for like 6 months. That's why it's 12 weeks. It's not 3 months. It's not a year. It doesn't say how many days it is. It's just 12 weeks. You can start it mid-February if you want. You can start it at the start of like March if you want. It's up to you when you want to start. And also, it doesn't have to be a Monday for you to start. It can be a random Tuesday or Thursday or Wednesday, whatever. It's based on weeks. So you decide when you're going to start, when you're ready to start, and you just start it. And that's the good thing about the 12-week year, because you don't have to wait for a day to come. You don't have to wait for a month to arrive. You don't have to do anything. It's just up to you to start it. And you also don't have to wait for tomorrow. You can start today. So when it comes to this planner, the first thing that I did was explain the 12-week year and basically mention every single thing that you need to keep in mind when you're using this planner, because there's a lot. You need to have a understanding of the 12-week year and what it means for you to basically successfully use the 12-week year. I already have a video regarding 12-week year. I explained it there already, how you can use it. But in the first pages of this planner, I go into detail how you can journal, how you can use this planner, how you can use every single step for you to achieve everything. So that's like basically the first pages of this planner. It's the explanation of the 12-week year. But just as said, if you don't want to get this planner, I have a video regarding 12-week year. You can just check that one out. And I explain every single thing in detail regarding the 12-week year. Now let's go to the next section, which is basically a monthly planner. The reason why I added a 3-month planner, it's not dated, it's just 3 months, you can date it yourself, is because I think when you have important appointments in a month, you should write them down. For example, doctor's appointment, or a birthday coming up, or a vacation, or whatever it is that is really, really important to you when it comes to that month. Write it down so you have a view of your months and basically be organized. Because when it comes to the 12-week year, it's also about organization. You have to be organized to achieve everything. And if you have a good view of your months, then you will be able to achieve everything. You can basically plan around it. For example, you know that a birthday is coming up or a vacation is coming up, and you won't be able to do the things that you have to do on a daily basis, that you set your mind to when it comes to 12-week year. So you have to basically take a break from the 12-week year, and that is completely fine. I did that last year so often because I flew a lot, I traveled a lot, not only for work, but also like went on vacations, a lot of our concerts, this and that. And those days, I was not able to do the things that I put my mind into, or like that I wanted to do for the 12-week year that I do almost every single day. And that is completely fine because I had other things to do. And that's why I want you guys to plan your month a little bit. So make sure that to write down the most important appointments, the most important days for the month that you think you're not able to do the 12-week year. So you have that in mind. So it's basically planned that you're not going to do it. And by planning that you're not going to do it, it's planned. So you're basically doing the thing that you already planned. The next step that we need to do is reflect on our goals. Now, I told you before that you need to have one big goal for the year and then divide it by 4. In this section, you can write down your big goal and then divide it by 4. This way, you have it right then and there, and you can reflect your goals. Now, the most important part of the 12-week year is the goal setting. You need to understand what you want in life. You need to understand where you are in life so that you can achieve the things that you put more mind into. For example, if you want to buy a mansion or a Porsche, but you are a college student and have college debt and have to basically have your survival money ready, you won't be able to get a mansion or a Porsche this year. I mean, not everyone's a millionaire when they first arrive on this earth. So some of us need to work our ways up. And so that's the case when it comes to goal setting. You need to reflect where you are in life and what your goals are and what your priorities are. Because I've seen a lot of people out there that they go to college, but they also want to start a business. You need to prioritize things. You need to either be like, I'm going to start a business or I'm going to go to college. That's how you need to do it. Prioritize everything in your life and understand where you are in life and basically reflect on it. When you already reflected on your goals, the next thing that you're going to do is write down your 12-week goal. So basically that little goal that I told you to divide your big goal into like the little one, you take one little one and write it down and then plan how you're going to achieve it. Basically strategize. So for example, if your goal for the year is to lose 20 kgs, your 12-week year goal can be to lose like 5 kgs or 7 kgs. So that you have that in mind. Then what you're going to do is write down your progress goals, meaning every like 4 weeks you tell yourself, okay, in 4 weeks, I want to lose like 3 kgs or 2 kgs. And then write down your strategies. How are you going to lose that weight? Like, it's all about planning. So you need to write down how you're going to lose like the 3 kgs or the 5 kgs that you have in mind. For example, you're going to work out, you're going to count your calories, or you're going to eat healthy, or you're going to move, or you're going to be active, whatever it is that you're going to do, write that down and plan it because that's your strategy. And with that, you can do it with every single goal that you have in 12 weeks. You don't need to have just one goal. It doesn't have to be just one goal about losing weight, but it has to be like your priority. So make it, just choose a few goals that you want to achieve. Like I have 3 to 4 goals that I basically follow every single day, that I do every single day, like I do something for it. So just keep in mind that you need to do something for that goal every single day. And some of us just don't have that much time to keep that many goals in mind. But if it's really, really your priority, then you can prioritize it. And I think after a week or two, you will understand if you can prioritize that goal or if it's something that you can basically keep in mind while doing it. Sometimes you just need to go through it and experience that week, like a week or two, for you to understand if you can have that many goals. And most of us, you won't be able to keep up with that many goals. So I would say stick between 2 and 3 goals for the 12-week year. And then when you move on to like the next 12 week, then you can add more goals because the first goals are going to become like kind of your habits. You're going to do it anyway. When it comes to going to the gym, for example, if you do it for like 12 weeks, if you go 5 times a week or 4 times a week, it's going to become a habit. So you don't need to like actively think about it. And then you can add another goal. As I mentioned before, it's all about planning. And when it comes to 12-week year, you need to plan every single week, which can be a little bit too much sometimes. I feel like it's a little bit too much, but you have to do it. You have to sit down and reflect on every single week and tell yourself what you want to do that week. For example, your week 1 can be all about keeping up with your habits, like the habits that you put your mind into. If you're just starting out to go to the gym like 5 times a week or 4 times a week, whatever you put your mind into, and then stay active on other days. And then your week 2 goal should be to start counting calories if you want to count calories, or just keep in mind or just check out that you eat enough like protein, enough greens, enough fats, enough carbs, all of those stuff, so that everything is set up for you. And like your week 3 goal should be, oh, I want to bench a little bit more, or do hip thrust with a little bit more weight, or just have a progress in mind. It's all about having progress every single week. It's all about seeing the progress every single week and being able to track it. So that's why do not tell yourself that you're going to lose like 5 kg in 1 week. It's not going to happen. It's not healthy. I'm sure you can do it. I'm sure everybody can like lose 5 kgs in 1 week, but not in a healthy way. You will gain it back twice as much if you do it in 1 week. So keep that in mind to basically set your progress a little bit lower and more realistic. And it's not all about going to the gym. I'm just using like workout references because it's easier for every single person on this earth to understand. That's what I believe. It's also the same thing when it comes to like studying and starting a business and like coding, what I do, and all of that. It's about having a progress and having a realistic mindset when it comes to progress. So the next section, I already mentioned it before. I think I mentioned it, in my dog. It's the habit tracking. So basically your habits make you or break you. Your habits are the ones that you need to always keep in mind on a daily basis, that you have habits. So what I did was, my habits, or basically my routine, literally my routine. So basically my habit is I wrote down, I wake up, journal or read or work out and work for a few hours and then take a break and then work more and then take a break and then work more and then take a break. And obviously you work on different things, but those are the habits that you have to do every single day. So my habit system is basically my daily routine. I just wrote it down so that I can check everything that I do, and that's it. And I think that way I've managed to have this daily routine for this year that I do almost every single day. If there is like non-urgent stuff, then I do that, and then I don't have to think about everything, I just don't have to actively think about doing anything else because it's already set up. It's already in my habit system, and my habit system is basically my daily routine. So sometimes I don't even have to plan out my days because I already know what I'm going to do. It's already set up for me, and that is what the habit system is all about, for you to basically track your habits and make sure that you do them. So when it comes to 12-week year, you need to have your habits set up before that. I'm not going to say what habits you can have. I already made that video regarding micro habits that you can have, regarding habits that you can have for to change your life and become a better person and grow and all of that. If you want to take inspiration from those habits, then check them out. If you don't want to take inspiration from it, then make your own habits, research how you can become better. Because in this life, it's all about becoming the better version of you, not becoming a version of someone else. You need to become yourself. You need to think about what your future self is like, what you would like your future self to be like, and then what habits that person has, like your future self, what habits does she have or he have? Because if you have their habits, you will become them. And it's all about thinking about your future self as well. So if you think your future self is someone who is an athlete, for example, then do the things that an athlete does every single day. Or if you want to be a professor someday, do the things that a professor would do every single day, and so on and so forth. I think you guys get it. The next section is our daily routines. So basically a daily to-do list or a daily planner that you can plan out your days and write down your most important tasks, as well as time block, which is quite important. When at the start of 2024, I did not time block. I also didn't time block last year, but now a few weeks in, I have to time block because I have so much to do on a daily basis that I need to time block. The next thing that you will see in this tracker, as I mentioned, is a gratitude journal or a morning and nighttime routine where you can write down your feelings, when you can write down what you feel, and just be thankful for what you have. Because I think waking up and having that mindset that you are thankful for your life changes everything. It changes from a really, really bad day, because sometimes, let's be honest, you just wake up and you're having a bad day, even though nothing happened. It's just your feelings. But writing down that you're grateful for your life, what you're grateful, what you're thankful for, what your goals are for today, that you want today to be an incredible day, it changes everything for you, and that day becomes incredible. And especially that also at night, if you want to reflect on your day at night, it just works out really, really well, because it will stop you from stressing out, and you basically will go to bed and sleep without any stress, and then wake up the next day feeling way, way better. That's why I have a gratitude journal on there as well. Also, one other thing that I added in this planner is a weekly progress and a weekly gratitude, and so that you can think about what you achieved this week and what you want to change next week, and how you can make sure that your next week becomes better. Because with the 12-week year, it's all about tracking your progress and how you can become better. Because your first week is going to be a little bit harder, but your second week is going to be better. So every single week you need to become better. Your third week needs to be way, way better than your second week. Your fourth week needs to be better than your third week. Step by step, you need to become better. It's all about that. So that's why we need to track our progress in this 12-week year. And then the next thing that I also added that I need you guys to also keep in mind when you're doing the 12-week year is weekly wellness. I don't know what you want to do and what you count as wellness, but self-care is quite important. You need to not only take care of your body, you also need to take care of your mind. So that's why I added a wellness thing that you can pick from and then do it for yourself. So you can become happy and then work better and also achieve your goals that way better. so you don't burn out. Because if you burn out, you won't be able to finish this. You won't be able to finish your year. You won't be able to achieve anything. And we need to basically keep that in mind, that burning out is the worst thing that anyone can ever experience. So that's why I did like a little wellness thing that you can take your time for yourself and just do a few things on those and like on that list, and you'll be completely fine and you'll feel better after doing your stuff for yourself. So yeah, this is all about like the 12-week year and what you need to do. As I mentioned, you don't need a planner. You generally don't need a planner. You can create your own if you want. You can check online if there are other planners. You can write it down on a paper. You can do whatever you want to achieve, but follow the steps that I just gave you, and you will be completely fine, and you will achieve every single thing that you put my mind into. And let's make 2024 our year, and trust me, you can make it.